Hey guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I'll be doing another extra long freestyle on a new client. So before I start to apply my glitter, I am going to place a very small bead of clear acrylic on my client's natural nail. After, I'll be taking some wet beads of acrylic and placing my golden glitter, and I place the wet beads of acrylic so that the glitter stays in place, so when I'm capping the nail, it doesn't just come off. I'm also slowly going up the nail as I'm doing this. I'm making sure the bottom of the nail is completely covered before I go to the top. Now I'll be capping this nail on my clear acrylic, and I am using my Mia Secret Clear. When you're capping chunky glitters like this, you do want to make sure that you get those side walls, because you will see little spaces and little holes in the acrylic if you did not properly lay it down. For the second bead, after making the top of my acrylic flat, I'm going to evenly pull all of the acrylic down by lightly wiping on the acrylic. Be gentle when you're pulling your acrylic down so that you're not removing product as you're working, because you're going to have to go back and add more and fill in any uneven spaces. The next color I'm using is from Honey Secret, and I actually really like her acrylic. I believe the jars are like 2 ounces, so they're pretty big, and they're $15, but they be on sale for most of the time, so I get them for about $11. Here I was pushing my acrylic back to the center of the nail so that when I'm starting to pull it down, nothing is falling off of your nail. And if you have the finger down, this won't be a problem. I don't know why I was holding her finger almost straight, but make sure that you hold the nail down as you're working, so if any product is gonna fall, it'll just fall straight down. Now I'm placing my second bead, and you guys are going to see me use the tip of my brush to flatten the top of the bead before I start to bring the rest of my product down. Lastly, for the cuticle bead, remember to hold the finger down, and after placing your bead, lightly push the acrylic up into the cuticle area and then bring the rest of the product down. I'm not sure if you guys could see it, but I did miss a tiny spot on the side. I believe it was actually the nail tip. It probably wasn't blended too well, and that's why this happened, so I did have to go in with a really small bead to cover it up. This brush I got is from Nail Supply Glamour, and this is size 14, but y'all, this is the smallest size 14 I've ever seen. But it's a great brush. Like, obviously it works while I'm using it, but when I got it and it said 14, I was like, this is like a 10, 12 kinda. But like I said, I still really like the brush, and now I'm about to apply my second bead, making sure the top of the nail is flat first before starting to bring the rest of my product down the nail. And you make the top of the bead flat first so that when you're applying your next bead and you start to bring your acrylic down, there's no lumps, because you're going to see that and then you're going to try to make the nail thicker to try to fill it in. That's too much. For this next nail, I'm doing a marble nail, and I'm placing wet beads of my nude and my white acrylic, and I'm lightly moving them around. I do this lightly because it's white, and of course white will easily mix with anything, and I don't want this to turn any other color because it's already really light. I remember this one time, I don't know what acrylic I was using, but it was around Christmas, probably 2 years ago. My client wanted a Christmas set, and I really wasn't the best with Christmas colors like red, white, green. Like, it really just wasn't my thing. Like, seasons really was not my thing back then. So I got my white acrylic and my red acrylic, and I was going to do like a little candy cane looking marble nail, and it just kept turning pink. And then the acrylic was chunk, like, it was too much. I don't even remember what brand it was, but it was just horrible, and I had to just wipe the whole thing off and do something else. After I applied my gold glitter, I am going to break up some gold flakes and apply them to the edges of the glitter. I'm actually really excited about Christmas and winter strictly because of nails. Like, I have so many ideas for Christmas time and stuff like that. And I personally don't celebrate Christmas. Honestly, I don't even remember why my parents stopped celebrating Christmas. Not the point. I'm excited about Christmas nails, and I'm going to start posting more on my YouTube feed so that you guys can pick and choose between what y'all want to see next. So here I have missed a small part of the nail. I'm pretty sure, once again, this is the nail tip. This is why you're supposed to blend the nail tip in with the natural nail, especially with those C-curve tips, because they're super thick. So I did go in with one more bead on the side of the nail. When I had started doing her nails on her opposite hand, I was a little nervous because low-key, it's been a while since I did some extra long nails on a client. Now for my practice hand, I just recently started practicing more on my Red Iguana practice hand. But before I started doing that, I really wasn't practicing too much. So if I didn't have an extra long client, I was just like, okay, like the medium and the long, I'm not bothered. Cool. So when she told me she was getting extra long, I was like, okay, I gotta show out because it's been a while. I gotta give them something to see. And I'm glad they came out like this. Also, for her thumb, it was another basic application, so I am going to skip over it because her thumb was kind of coming in and out of the camera, so there's sections where you guys can't see, so I'm just going to leave it out. Now I'm sealing my client's cuticle area, and when I'm doing this, I'm going from sidewall to sidewall, and I'm using my 5-in-1 bit on a low speed. I recommend this bit because it's a safety bit, so you don't have to worry about cutting your client's cuticles, and you do have to make sure the cuticle area is sealed in order for your nails to stay on. So if you're not trying to get too close to the cuticle because you don't have a safety bit, you may be causing your nails to lift. Now I'm using my 80 grit hand file to file the top of the nail as well as the sidewalls. I file the top of the nail to smoothen out any uneven parts of the nail, and you could see if it's uneven because it will not turn white. Filing on top of the nail with an 80 grit file is going to cause a lot of scratches, so afterwards you will have to buff your nails. Also, how would y'all feel about another polygel video? Now, in the last one, I was struggling, but I seen what the issue was, and I understand now. And everybody kept commenting that the liquid that the box came with was the solution, but it said in the instructions that it didn't come with it, so I just assumed that that was not it. Also, I did not forget about the giveaway. I am announcing the winner here. The name will appear on the screen. And if this is you, feel free to DM me so that I can ship you your items. Here, I'm using a 100 grit buffer to buff all of the nails, and I did get this buffer from a local nail supply store, but I will link some similar ones down below. Now I'll be creating a 3D flower, and for my stones, I like to use Zule Nail Bling Glue, but only for smaller stones. Like any big charms, kawaii charms, stuff in that category, I do not use this glue for. I do have more detailed tutorials on how to do this flower as well as many other flowers, two-tone flowers, on my page. So if you guys are interested, as normal, I will link those down below as well. Once again, I did want to thank you guys because I did sell out on all 4 of my glitters. I think I have like one more of Wonderland and that's it. And I did recently release the Christmas collection, so if you guys are interested, I'm going to leave those down below. And in future videos, I will be using these products. For this large gem, I did have to use diamond gel. Like I said earlier in the video, I do not use Zule bling glue for large charms. The glue does require you to cure it, so I actually took my glove off to properly place it before curing it for 1 minute. So if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in the next YouTube video. And I just once again wanted to thank everybody that does watch my YouTube videos and leave likes, ask questions. I really do appreciate it, and it helps my channel grow and reach other beginners.